One of the things that I changed when I started dating was holding a different standard for the kind of men that I wanted to attract in my life. And instead of jumping into the first dude who will give me a bit of attention, I started holding so much higher standards. And I said to myself, from now on, I will only date healthy and wealthy masculine men.
Translation, I am a woman who's almost 30 and have come to the realization that I like going after poor, attractive men because they actually give me a sense of external validation that I cannot achieve on my own. So now that I only have a few years of fertility left, I really need to find myself an incredibly rich man with good bone structure and trick him into giving me a baby so he'll be obligated to take care of me and my spawn for the rest of our lives.
And it was such a clear decision and declaration, and subconsciously and energetically I was so aligned that of course I started attracting healthy and wealthy masculine men. So if you want that too, all you have to do is make a big declaration for the level of standard that you want to have from the men that will share your life. And then align with this yourself.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Wow, lady, I gotta hand it to you. Your active declaration to find a rich man has got to be one of the most boring and uninspired desires I have ever heard from a modern woman. All of you ask for this. It's too short-sighted. You gotta put some energy into that declaration. I mean, where's the originality? Where's the spark? Why not, I will successfully pull off a priceless art heist, or I will have access to free unlimited avocado toast? Because if it were me, I know exactly what I would be declaring and aligning with myself. It would be for hundreds of thousands of free Nerf darts and to never pay taxes again.
We need to stop pretending we need a man or XYZ. It's like, no.
We do need men, though.
We don't need them.
We do.
No, because they're lesbians.
Who do you call to get your car fixed? A man or a woman? Your toilet breaks down. Who do you call?
So I fix my own car.
Liar, liar, liar. No, you don't fix your own car. Sure, you may have dumped a bottle of oil into your engine once, but there is no chance in HE double hockey sticks that either you or your lesbian wife are actually repairing the transmission should it fail on you, nor are you changing out your car battery or even rotating your own tires. So please, do us a favor and don't insult what little intelligence we have left in this world by straight up lying to save face. It's obvious to us and you're just terrible at it.
Who runs the infrastructure of society, men or women?
Oh, at the moment, men, obviously.
Yeah,
the patriarchy.
so regardless of that, like, you agree that men run the infrastructure, so therefore
at the moment, men run the world.
We need men.
Yeah. On a wider scale, yes.
Wow, that's fantastic work, man. You have the wisdom of a 6,000 or 7,000-year-old man. That's fantastic. We don't have to fill up the whole blackboard after all.
Notice how she begrudgingly walked back her nonsense argument once she realized that she was completely wrong and that her arguments made no sense? But even at that point, she still blames the patriarchy for reasons that only make sense in her deluded brain pan. Woman, just save yourself a lot of embarrassment and just admit that you're jealous that men age a lot more gracefully than you do, and while they'll still be able to get women in their 20s, you'll be lucky to get a dude's attention even with a $100 bill hanging out of the gates of your Sandy Queef factory.
Yes. On a wider scale, on a personal scale, no, because you don't need a man to provide for you.
Right,
you can earn our own wage.
But we need men to run the industries that keep us alive and well.
Not necessarily, no.
So,
because I know female mechanics, engineers, carpenters.
But remember,
Congratulations!
Woman, just because your ex-girlfriend helped you change your tire after watching 9 hours worth of YouTube tutorials doesn't mean you know any female mechanics. You know, I almost feel bad for you. Every night you probably go home to an empty apartment with a few cats and you heat up some leftover takeout food because you never did learn how to cook. Then you rewatch the 3rd season of Gilmore Girls for the umpteenth time, then crawl into an empty bed where you hope the sleep will hit you before the realization that you've wasted your entire life in a meaningless pursuit of online fame and fortune, only to be constantly reminded that
you're boring! You're fucking dull! You have nothing to say! You are a one-hived mind twat waffle!
I cannot stress this enough. Men are not worth settling for in any circumstance, any way, shape, or form. It's not worth it. Like, we're so indoctrinated to believe that, like, we have to get married, we have to, like, aspire to, like, having a relationship, having a man in our lives.
That is without a doubt
the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
No, madam, it's literally the exact opposite. You've been indoctrinated into a cult-like ideology that has programmed you into thinking that you can find happiness in working grueling, soul-crushing 50-hour-a-week jobs in order to buy houses and shiny things. You have been brainwashed into thinking that your basic biological instincts to find a suitable partner and start a family are somehow inherently evil without being able to give a decent explanation as to why. And even when you know that this ideology is wrong, you will clench onto that thing for dear life as hard as you possibly can because you cannot handle the prospect of being wrong.
Shut your dirty little mouth!
Like, the goal shouldn't be to get married. The goal should be to be happy. So if a man in your life is not making your life better, easier, happier, more enjoyable, like, there's no reason he should be in your life.
Here's a fun little game. Ask a modern woman to define the word happiness in one complete sentence and then watch their heads explode as they blame you for being a misogynist. Modern women cannot define the word happiness because they have no idea what that word even means. And because of this, women just assume that relationships are about nothing but happiness and love. So naturally, instead of trying to find that satisfaction and self-worth from within, they blame the men for not making them happy and then go on to make humiliating TikToks for our amusement.
At least when men settle for a partner, they get like a personal assistant, a house manager, a nanny, a chef, a therapist.
Like, people talking, they say, huh? What are you talking about?
What do women get when we settle for a man that treats us like less than the way that we want to be treated? We get emotionally, physically, mentally drained.
And you get a reaction from people who say, huh? What are you talking about?
So basically you're saying that men are essentially useless children that need you to be their mother. But you also left out the part where you expect the man to be your security guard, your personal bank, your pool boy, your plumber, mechanic, butler, and gigolo for the 2 nights a month that you want to have some frisky time with this dingo. But I guess if you said that, you would look like even more of a stupid jackass than you already do, so I can see why you left that part out.
It is not worth it. Once you get to the mindset that men are not worth settling for, that is when you get the good men, because they're the only ones that you'll accept.
Woman, what you fail to realize is if you actually do find that good man, all you're gonna do is alienate him with your list of bullcrap expectations to prove that he's good enough for you. Meanwhile, the very second that good man realizes that you're putting him through all of these endurance tests, he's not gonna put up with it, and he will leave you for something that will bring him peace in his life, like a PlayStation 3 or a kick-ass German Shepherd. Because at the end of the day, men are actually capable of understanding the meaning of happiness, and part of that meaning is not wasting our valuable time with a noxious wretch such as yourself. And that's gonna do it for today's episode, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.